Good morning. This is 6 o'clock in the morning, and it is February uh, 15th. People call it Valentine Day, but I'm in love with my book, with my class preparation, and here I'm preparing a video for my students as a support material just in case they need it. So what I'm doing here is I am going to read some material that I collected about how to write a response journal. It is related to academic writing to argumentation course that is taught at Central Department of English TU, Kirtipur. And it is related to the book Everything is an Argument course. So the first thing is when you try to write a response journal, a response is a response. You read and you talk about what you read. You read and you write about what you read. But before you write about what you have read, you should ensure that you clearly understand what the author is saying. So every time you read, take a pen in the hand, keep a notebook with you, and every time you finish reading a paragraph, ask yourself, what is the main idea of this paragraph? And summarize the paragraph in one sentence in your notebook. Or you can choose to annotate in the margin of the book itself. Or if you are using a soft copy as I'm doing on the screen, you can key in, you can type in summaries in the screen. So comprehension is the first thing. Do I understand what the author is saying? राइटरले के भनेको मैले बुझेँ त? You ask a question like that. You tell me in class, Divakar sir tell me in Nepali, so I'm using Nepali also, right? Okay, purpose and audience. Second is, what may be the purpose of this text? Did the writer want to inform you about something? Did the writer want to entertain you about something? Did the writer want to instruct and teach you about something? Did the writer want to persuade you about something? Did the writer want to argue a case about something? Did the writer want to take positions in a controversy or debate? Did the writer want to present an example to support his argument? Did the writer want to define something for you? Did the writer want to explain the causes of some condition? Did the writer want to uh, describe something beautifully? Did the writer want to tell you a story? What was the writer's purpose? What was he trying to achieve? Right? An audience. There are real audiences. For example, the students in front of whom Nabokov gave this lecture. There are implied audiences. There are uh, audiences that writers construct, fictionalize. There are real audiences with flesh and bone like us. So who might be the audience? Because Novakov is talking about something academic, how to read, we can easily say his audiences might be students and other professors like him. But I don't know if Novakov ever intended that Divakar sir will read his text. But look, I'm reading far away from the place he wrote it at, and far away from the time when he wrote it, right? So you can't control who might read your text. Then what is writer's particular purpose and who is the intended audience? Uh, okay, what textual linguistic choices? Now here you pay attention to language. For example, what kind of sentence structure does the writer use? Are there only long sentences, short sentences, simple sentences, compound sentences, complex sentences, periodic sentences, right? How is the how is the how is the diction? How is the choice of words? Are there Latin words a lot? Are there Greek words a lot? Are there other kinds of words? Are there difficult words, easy words? What is the style, right? So you pay attention to textual choices, linguistic choices. For example, look for style and structure. Has How has the author arranged his or ideas? What is the chronological idea in the text? What idea comes first? What idea comes second? What idea comes third? How has the author arranged the paragraphs, right? How is this sentence structure, as I told you earlier? What kind of imagery, figure of speech, images? Are there visual images? Are there tactile images? Are there auditory images? Are there gustatory images? Hmm? What kind of images, if any, has the writer used? How is writer's word choice and connotation? Connotation is what words he uses and what meanings do they suggest indirectly. Denotation, connotation. Denotative meaning is the meaning that is given in the dictionary. Connotative meaning is probably not given in the dictionary, but readers understand it, right? Like you see these days, double meaning folk songs which have some sort of erotic meanings, right? Okay. Right, short and informal. Your responses should be short. Understand that they should be short and informal. You don't have to stick to academic rules and regulations. You can be a bit relaxed, less structured than full essays. Okay, journal entry. So you will write this response in your journal. You will buy a spiral notebook. I should have shown you, but let me see if I have one. Uh, Not exactly, but in the stationery down, you will see that they sell you spiral diaries. You can easily turn the pages. So buy um, a spiral diary that has enough pages that can last for the whole semester, if possible. If possible, make a single journal entry book for the whole semester. Okay. Writing workshop, as I said in my previous videos, we are trying to design our classes as writing workshops where you discuss, and at the end of the discussion you get the assignments, right? Okay. Then there is something working with sources. Even when you working with sources means in this class we will read someone's text. For example, today or tomorrow we might talk about Nabokov's text. Uh, what is that text? Let's check. The title of the text is Good Readers and Good Writers, right? We'll read Nabokov's text and then, uh, yes. So assignments will refer to particular essays like Nabokov's essay, right? As you write your response journal, you should also read MLA Handbook, 9th edition. You can download online, I guess, 9th edition, and you should include parenthetical documentation and a works cited. When you refer to somebody's writings in the text you're writing, then you use parenthetical documentation and you give the writer's last name and page number. In the works cited list, you mention the details, right? And you should do this in response journal also, just in case you are bringing in sources to use. Then combining patterns, by patterns we mean a writing can tell a story, narrative pattern. A writing can create vivid images, description. A writing can bring an example to make you understand something, exemplification. A writing can tell how to do something, process. Right now, look, I'm telling you how to write a response journal. A writing can uh, discuss the causes and effects of certain phenomena, cause and effect essay. A writing can compare two things, or two times two people. and it can contrast. Writing can classify categories, okay, dogs, types of dogs, right? Writing can define the concept of academic writing. There is an essay that defines what is academic writing. A writing can present an argument, right? It can make a case, reasoning. It can present a problem and explore causes of the problem and offer solutions, or it can take a position on a controversial issue. These are known as patterns of writing, right? We also call them modes of writing. We also call them modes of writing, right? So your job is, as you read Novakov's essay, ask yourself, what is the dominant pattern? Is Novakov's essay narrating a story? Is Novakov's dominantly, I mean, is Novakov's essay describing a scene? Is Novakov's essay discussing an example to make a point? Is Nabokov's essay discussing the process of doing something? Is Nabokov's essay discussing cause and effect of certain phenomena? Is Nabokov's essay comparing reading and writing or something else and contrasting? Is Nabokov's essay classifying categories of certain phenomena and dividing them into parts? Is Nabokov's essay defining a difficult concept? Or is Nabokov's essay making an argument? An essay might be doing many of these things in the same essay, but the point to keep in mind is which of them is dominant. A writing can never be 100% narration. A writing can never be 100% description. It can never be 100% exemplification. It can never be 100% process. It can never be 100% cause and effect. It can never be 100% cause and comparison contrast. It can never be 100% classification and division. It can never be 100% definition. It can never be 100% argumentation. There's a mix, but one component is predominant. And your job is to understand which component is predominant. In your response, mention that. Then thematic connections. For example, in day 2 assignments, you will be reading Eudora Welty's text, One Writer's Beginning, I guess. Let's check. You will be reading, yes, Eudora Welty's One Writer's Beginning. And so as you read Novakov, you will also read Welty. So can you see any connection between what Novakov says about reading and writing and what Welty says about reading and writing? So while discussing Novakov, you can also bring Welty. This is how you initiate crosstalk. You listen to Novakov, you listen to Welty, you join Welty, you join Novakov. There were two people, there was only one writer, Novakov. You brought Welty, there are two people. You join the coffee table, Chautari, there are three people talking and having this dialogue, crosstalk. You listen to Novakov, then say, Mr. Novakov, but then Welty says so. How about this? And you respond to Novakov on the basis of reading Welty. You reflect on Welty on the basis of reading Novakov. Such interaction is the essence of learning. Okay. So you will try to make thematic connections while summarizing, responding to Novakov. You might like to bring Welty as well. The 4 levels of, additionally, I because I taught for a long time in bachelor's level, this is what we used to do. And I guess you're familiar. For example, first you summarize Nabokov's essay in a single paragraph. Then you try to retell his suggested meaning. What might Nabokov be trying to imply, suggest? What is he saying directly? In Nepali, we say, भनेको के हो भन्न खोजेको के हो. So भनेको के हो is your summary. भन्न खोजेको के हो is your interpretation, right? And then third, you raise questions as a critical thinker. What is critical thinking? Novakovs might be making a claim, and you ask, why should I believe you? What evidences do you supply? What reasons are you giving? Are your reasons true? Are your evidences reliable? Do your reasons relate to your claim? Do your evidences back up your reasons? Did you pay attention to objections one might make to your argument? When you go like this, when you judge in a sense, when you evaluate in a sense, when you raise questions in a sense, when you doubt what an author is saying, then you are applying critical thinking. Assimilation is, what do I take home at the end of the day? You eat, your body digests in 4 hours the food you ate, the vitamins, the minerals, the proteins, the essential things the body takes, and what goes in the toilet, useless for you, right? So what you discard from the reading and what you absorb. So in assimilation, you ask questions like, how has reading Novakov helped me understand what is reading and writing and what is the connection better? How has reading Novakov changed my perspective on this issue? What lesson have I learned from Novakov that I can apply even after 10 years in my life? Okay, you can write in a single sentence. Then, okay, let me mention the source here, the book from which I brought this note, so that you can also know what source I'm using for you. The writer's response, a reading based approach to writing. Okay. A writer's response, a reading based approach. Writing. For the author, 6th edition. 6th edition. MacDonald. Salomon. GTAE. RRZ. And finally, Zaptok. Okay. So let's continue reading. So now these notes, the previous notes I read earlier, let me remind you, these were brought from the book Patterns. Let me show the book to you. These notes I explained so far, they were brought from this book, Patterns for College Writing, 15th edition, or Rhetorical Reader Guide by Laurie G. Krishner, Stephen R. Mandel. This book has been prescribed in bachelor's level now, I guess. Okay, so let's move ahead. So using the topics in the reading selection as springboards for your own ideas and supporting those ideas with examples drawn from real life in experience. So far, one way we do in the class is we read a prescribed text. We understand the ideas of the writer. And from writer's ideas, we jump to our ideas. We connect what the author is saying to our real life experience and we move ahead, right? But here we are not doing that. We are going to write about what the writer is saying. We will avoid bringing our personal life experience, right, in response journal. Though sometimes you can bring an experience to support an argument in the response. Okay, from writing on topics similar to those that are in the reading selections to writing about reading selections themselves. So this is response journal is writing about the writing. Response journal is writing about the writing. You will read Novakov's writing and you will write about the writing. So to do so, you must know how to summarize. The skill you need is summarizing, right? Evaluate and respond to the ideas. You also should be able to evaluate ideas, Novakov's ideas. You should be able to judge Novakov's ideas, right? And respond. synthesize from various several articles or sources. You should be able to bring in what Welty is saying to talk about Nabokov. Or you might have read other essays about reading and writing. You can bring their ideas to judge and evaluate Nabokov's ideas. And then you can argue in a response journal, if you are a good writer, you will argue a point. A response journal not only summarizes writer's point, it also presents the reader's point. Argue a point based on information drawn from a number of sources, thus write about what you have read. So response journal is writing about what you have read. Now, what are the characteristics of clear and accurate summarizing? I hope this information might be helpful to you to prepare for the class. The person who can read and accurately report what he or she has read will always have an advantage over person who cannot. See, summarizing is a life-changing experience. If you are very good at summarizing, reporting, in future when you go to the field for jobs in your organizations, you will be highly respected if you have this skill. So as a student, focus on this skill at the university. When you summarize, you merely explain what you have read to somebody else. Okay, but in response, you're not just summarizing, you're also responding. A good summary demands that you read carefully. Look, what I'm doing now for the last half an hour. I'm reading carefully. And not only reading, I'm recording my reading process. So a good summary demands that you read carefully, that you accurately identify the main points of what you have read. And that you then successfully communicate those ideas to other person. So in response journal, you read, you summarize, and you communicate these ideas to teacher, Divakar sir. Now, what are the characteristics of a successful summary then? A good summary accurately communicates the author's ideas. The first job is tell Divakar sir what Novakov is saying in this essay. It includes all the author's main point. It usually does not include supporting detail. So in summary, you can avoid bringing details. You bring in first semester, in chapter 2 of the book, Ideas and Details, you read about what are ideas and what are details, how to identify them, how to separate them. So now it is useful here now. What you read in Academic Writing 1, that skill is required here now. So you will use only main points or ideas. You will not bring details. It does not include your opinion or reactions. Okay, though they are saying it does not include opinion, it's about summary, but it's a response. Summary and response journal. Be careful. So let me tell you clearly, you will include your details in the other paragraphs. The paragraph where summarizing, don't use your opinion. Don't bring your opinion. In other paragraphs, bring your opinion. It does not alter the author's meaning in any way. Yes, while summarizing, when you say in the essay, so and so, Nabokov says that, then be careful not to distort his meaning. It uses your own words and writing style. Yes, do not use the same words and adjectives that Nabokov uses to summarize the essay. Use synonyms, use other words, right? Now let's pay attention to this section, writing a brief summary. Because most summaries present only the central idea and main points of a reading selection. So what did I say? Let me highlight. Central idea and main points. They are usually quite brief, often no more than 1 or 2 paragraphs long. To write a summary, follow these steps. Now let's pay attention to these steps. Number 1, as you read the material, let me highlight. As you read the material that you intend to summarize, underline or highlight whatever seems significant to you. Mark statements that seem to express the central idea. Look, what did it say? Take a pen in the hand, take a pencil, take a highlighter, and highlight, underline, circle those sentence statements where you feel that They are expressing the central idea and main point of the reading. So as you read Novakov about connection between reading and writing, which paragraphs, which sentences discuss this connection? Let me check the title. Good readers and good writers. Okay. So who are good readers? Who are good writers? Right? Which paragraphs tell you this thing? Okay. Then even particularly vivid facts or other supporting details may be marked. Marking means underlining, circling, highlighting, drawing an arrow, drawing a line. Reread the material, annotating it. Look, reread. Do you see the gravity of university studies? They are saying reread, and we have difficulty reading once, and they want us to read the selection 2 times. Reread. Let me highlight and hope you follow this instruction. Reading again. Now, when you read second time, what do you do? Annotate it and dividing it into major annotate. Make notes in the comment or make notes in your journal. Keep a reading journal where you make notes as you read, dividing it into major sections so that each section reflects one main point. You can make sections in your note taking. Section 1, section 2, section 3 in the essay. Write the opening sentence of a summary. Okay, look here. Now, look these steps. Write the first sentence. In this essay, good readers and good writers, Novakov argues that, and go on. It should identify the name of the reading. Okay, look. In the essay, good writers and good readers, mention the name of the reading, the author by Novakov, he possibly give the full name, and central idea, argues that or claims that, purpose, or in this essay which Novakov wrote for a topic of the reading, right? So you will, in a summary opening sentence, the opening sentence of the summary will mention the title of the essay or summarizing, the name of the writer who wrote the essay, the central idea, the purpose, the thesis of the reading. After the opening sentence, briefly summarize each of the author's main ideas. If there are, let's say, 20 paragraphs in the essay, you can think of writing 20 sentences in your summary. Often you will need no more than one sentence to summarize each minute. Look how useful. Summarize one idea in one sentence and bring only one idea for one paragraph. One paragraph, one idea, one sentence. 20 paragraph, 20 sentence. 30 paragraph, 30 sentence. That's a good idea. I've tried many times in my classroom, asking students to summarize each paragraph in a single sentence and asking them to reproduce the main idea of the paragraph. Revise, let me format it. Revise what you have written so that your summary is expressed. Okay, look at me writing. In first semester, if you remember, you read in one chapter. Who is a bad writer? Who is a good writer? Bad writer is one who does not revise. A mediocre. A good writer is one who revises. Hope you remember this lesson from Academic Writing 1, Semester 1, and you will practice it here. Revise what you have written so that your summary is expressed in your own words. Look, you should avoid using words in the text in your summary and in your own style. Look, your style. Okay. Where needed, add transitions that refer to the author between main points. Add transitions like words that tell movement from one idea to another idea. You can just Google and write transition expressions or transition words for academic writing, and Google will show you, or you can use any references. I won't discuss extended summary here. You can read this yourself. You can pause the video. It's on the screen. You can read. I won't discuss this here. Now, I'll discuss this in detail. Writing a summary response essay. This is exactly what you're going to do in today's class or after today's class. Many college writing assignments will ask that you both summarize what you have read. Let me highlight. Summarize what you have read and respond to two things. Summarize and respond. After all, your ability to express your own reaction. What response? What is response? Your ability to express your own reaction to a topic. That is what you mean by response. Your ability to express your own reaction to a topic is certainly as important as your ability to summarize the topic. There are two abilities. What is response writing? Response writing is expressing your own reaction to topic, your viewpoint. Summarizing is summarizing, saying something briefly, retelling something briefly. Okay. Although the structure of such an essay will vary, there may be different structures of summary response essay. So summary response journal writing is an essay writing, depending on the topic and the expectations. So what decides the structure of the essay? The topic, expectations of your teacher, Divakar sir. If he says something, follow that. One common format consists of a brief summary in your introductory paragraph. Look, you can follow this thing. You can follow this. So your opening paragraph presents a brief summary, followed by a clear thesis statement. The same at the end of opening paragraph. Now, this is quite challenging. This is quite challenging. Very few of us can do that. So you begin your response journal by summarizing, and at the end of the summary paragraph, write a thesis statement. That's your argument. I believe Nabokov in this essay is trying to say that. Okay. So you bring a clear now in first semester academic writing 1, if you remember, in one chapter where you talked about organizing your essay, you read about thesis. You read that it is the thesis statement that functions like a heart and controls all strands of the essay and unites it. Okay. So followed by clear, you will bring your thesis statement of your own in the same introductory paragraph, right? So thesis statements come in the same first paragraph, followed by several body paragraphs. Now discussion section of your response journal. So understand your summary and response journal may have a number of paragraphs, followed by several body paragraphs, right? That support and develop your thesis. Now, what do body paragraphs do? They support and develop your thesis statement. When you write a summary response essay, keep the following points in mind. Look how helpful the note is. The introduction should include a brief summary of the article. In the first paragraph, bring a brief summary of the article or essay you're reading and its main points. Summary and main points in introduction. The introduction should include a thesis statement, right? There should be a thesis statement, right? There should be a brief summary, right? And also main point. The introduction should include a thesis statement that expresses your response to the topic. Now look, the thesis statement expresses your viewpoint to Nabokov's essay. This is the crux of what you're trying to say. This is a very challenging task to do. Not easy, but I want to see if you can try it. Okay. Each body paragraph should open with a topic sentence. Look, you read about this thing in first semester. You read what is a paragraph in chapter 4, I guess, in ideas and details, right? Each body paragraph should open with a topic sentence and clearly refers to and develops the statement. So the body paragraph has a topic sentence, and every body paragraph talks about the thesis. What does it do? It refers to the thesis and develops the thesis statement, right? Each body paragraph should support its topic sentence. Now look how the skills you learned in academic writing one first semester are critically required here, crucially required in third semester. If you didn't do well in first semester academic writing course, you will have tough time in third semester, right? Each body paragraph should support its topic sentence with explanation, facts, examples, statistics, and references to authority. Look, in first semester, if you remember, while discussing details, you read SAFER, S-A-F-E-R, statistics, present detail, anecdotes, stories, facts, examples, reasons are used to bring details. So support the topic sentence with explanations, examples, statistics, references to authority. While discussing Nabokov, you can say, Eudora Welty, in her essay, one of its beginning says that. Okay. Each sentence should reflect a sense of coherence. Look the word. I have made a video and I guess I posted where I discuss how one should read a paragraph. I have made a video in Nepali language using English text from your book Everything is an Argument in my YouTube channel. You can go back and look for that video. It's maybe half an hour video where I use one paragraph and I speak Nepali and I tell my readers, viewers how to read. And there I discuss this idea of coherence. Let me check and give you a reference to this video so that you can search easily. I'll show you that video just in a minute. I'll show you it here. Let me share the screen. The video where I discussed that paragraph is here. Let me show you. Wait a minute. I uploaded so many other videos after that. Wait, have patience. Yes, this is the one. Here is a video. Pardon, कसरी सिक्ने, how to read a paragraph, example taken from Everything is an Argument textbook. In this video of 45 minutes, I discuss how to read a paragraph. And while discussing how to read a paragraph, my focus is on the idea of coherence. So if you want to understand coherence better, you can watch any video on YouTube. There are so many, or you can watch my video. Each sentence should reflect a sense of coherence by exhibiting a clear relationship to the sentence before it and to the topic sentence of the next. Oh God, look how significant thing they're saying. I'll read slowly. What is coherence? Showing a clear relationship to the sentence before or to the topic sentence of the paragraph. Nothing in your paragraph should go against the idea in the topic paragraph. If we begin by saying Kathmandu is a city of gods, then don't talk about garbage in the same paragraph. Don't talk about devils in the same paragraph. Give examples of gods in Kathmandu. Give reasons why Kathmandu is a city of gods. Give statistics, how many temples are there. Explain how it is city of God. Right? Tell a story how once you were walking and you came across a god on the street. Give us facts about Kathmandu as an ancient city of temples. Give examples, right? Do not contradict your main idea in a paragraph. This is so what brings coherence is sticking to the idea and not contradicting yourself in your writing. Okay. So what I did, dear students, was I was preparing for your class. This is preparation I'm making for a class, and I decided to record this preparation on Zoom and supply you so that if you watch, you can benefit from this preparation. I'm doing this because for years I've felt that most of my students do not read at home, and we do not come from a culture of reading often, and people feel difficult to reading. So I thought, how it's an experiment I'm doing. How if I supply a video to watch, will they watch? But the fear I have is that, to watch such videos, you need data. And many of my students at TU do not have enough money to buy data. I wish the university provided fast internet services in the university premises and students were given free data access so they could watch my videos. But I still doubt. So this is an experiment I'm doing, right? यो गरे हुन्छ कि त्यो गरे हुन्छ कि बच्चाले पढ्दैन पढ भने पढ्दैन घरमा अब हेर भन्दा हेर्छ कि अब यसपालि हेर्दा पनि हेरेन भने अर्को वर्ष के गर्नुपर्ने हो कि आई डोन्ट नो यु आर टिचिङ मी यो तपाईँहरूले मलाई सिकाइराख्नु भएको छ सर यसो गर्नु भएर all these things I'm doing, they are result of my classroom experience. So thank you for watching. I won't discuss Vladimir Nabokov's essay in this episode. I'll make a separate video for that. I'm stopping here. In this episode, I talked about writing summary and response article, summary and response journal article. I talked about summarizing. What are the characteristics of good summary? How we can make a good summary? What are the things we should take care while making good summary? And I also talked about what is a response. And I also clearly explained 5 steps in writing a summary response essay. And when I grade your summary response essay, I'm very clear. I look for these 5 things. This is a rubric. This is a rubric, a clear instruction to you. Your summary response essay must follow these 5 steps. I'll grade you accordingly. So hope you had time to watch it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you are not overwhelmed by this pressure. Hope you are ready with new stamina in the 3rd semester to work hardest in my subject. Thank you.